A very good morning folks from a cold and frosty Edinburgh airport. Now today's video, it's a travel day, and that's eventually going to take us to the very southeastern tip of Ireland. But I know already before we even start that it hasn't been without its stresses just booking this trip, and it certainly hasn't gone to plan. But if you'd like to see how we get on today, you're in the right place. Let's go. Alright, it's a bit frosty, isn't it?
To Redmond with over 150 destinations worldwide. And our free Wi-Fi connects you to endless destinations online. Whether you want to check out things to do on holiday.
Now our first problem today isn't really a travel problem at all, it's more to do with vlogging, because I know that Aer Lingus, who I'm flying with for the very first time today, they don't really like us vloggers, and I'm absolutely fine with that. But the only thing is, it means I'm not going to be able to show you much from the flight itself. I'll try and get a few wee shots out the window, but the next time I speak to you, I think we're going to be in Belfast. As I settle into my seat, I should clarify that I actually quite like Aer Lingus's filming policy. No sticking cameras in employees' faces, or filming the operational procedures on the flight. Filming your own personal space and views out the window, that's totally fine. It won't be easy with these windows though, will it?
safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop. The seatbelt signs have been switched off and the cabin crew give instructions regarding this embarkation.
So welcome to Belfast, and as you can see I've flown into Belfast City Airport, which is so much better than Belfast International because it is pretty much in the city, and trust me, Belfast International is not even in Belfast. So let's walk into town and we will discuss our next problem. Well, at least I think you can walk to the city. At the moment I can't even get out of this car park. I mean, I can see the big yellow cranes of Belfast, the famous cranes, off in the distance, but how do I get out of this airport? I think I'll just follow this car out. Oh, before the barrier comes down. Right. It's not very pedestrian friendly, that's for sure. I've found this lovely little park away from the main road, and that gives me the peace and quiet to tell you about problem number 2. And that is, when I was researching this trip, the whole idea was fly into Belfast and then get trains down through Ireland all the way to Rosslare. That's today's destination. So today's video was all going to be about trains in Ireland. But then who has arrived in Northern Ireland on the one day that there's a bus and train strike? That's right, folks. So I had a bit of a frantic scramble about online trying to find an alternative, and I eventually stumbled upon a bus. I think it's a Dublin airport bus, which isn't associated with TransLink at all, and it's TransLink who are on strike today. Now this bus leaves from a random street in the middle of Belfast, and that's where we're walking to now, but I'd better get a move on. We've got about 25 minutes, and I'm still not exactly sure where it is. Aye, we only had time for a quick in and out at St George's Market, someplace that. These filming trips are great fun, but I've quite literally got everything booked for the week, so if I was to fall at this hurdle, I don't even want to think about how bad that would be to get it back online and how much money it would cost. So let's get to this bus without any problems and not get distracted by all the stuff that's going on in Belfast right now. Although let's be honest, a Christmas market just looks the same in Edinburgh, Belfast, anywhere. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I really like Belfast. It's just a shame that we're only passing through today, isn't it? Right, I think we've found what we're looking for, Glengall Street. And it really is just tucked away around the corner. And I think that's exactly what we're looking for, the Dublin Express. Oh, it's a lifesaver. Right, I'm definitely in the right place and that is definitely my coach. But when the driver got off, he's just away for a wee break just now, people were crowding round him saying, can we get to Dublin today? And he was like, not a chance. Every single coach is fully booked until 11 PM tonight. So I'm so relieved I booked this in advance. This may well end up being a really busy bus, but I do not care. It's getting me to Dublin and on to the next leg of my journey. So as I say, it's an absolute lifesaver.
That's fine, that's fine.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
If you're listening to music or watching a film, please wear headphones to minimise noise for other passengers. Don't forget, National Express also offers scheduled coach services to hundreds of destinations across the UK, including all airports. You'll always find the best deals by booking directly with us online at nationalexpress.com. Now please, sit back, relax and enjoy your journey.
Dublin Airport. First stop will be Terminal 2, then Terminal 1, then on the city centre. Its first stop is Terminal 2. Thank you.
Well, we've made it to Dublin. It's a lovely afternoon here, but I'm not going to lie, that coach journey was horrendous. It was absolutely packed, not a seat to be had, so I couldn't really film much. Everyone was coughing, but Dublin Express, she got me here, that's the main thing. And I know that the next part of this journey down to Rosslare is going to be a train, I can promise that. Or can I promise anything these days? I'll be honest, I don't really know Dublin at all. I'll put that right at some point, but I do know this big spike in front of me. I think it's called the Spire, and that will mean that we are turning right for Cannoully Station, because Cannoully Station is where we get our train to Rosslare.
Is that Cannoully Station there? Could be, you know.
Aye, Cannoully Station, and we've made it before it's dark. That was my main objective. Well, I came here a wee bit early so I could have a good explore of Cannoully Station, but let's be honest, it's not giving me the impression it's that kind of place. What do you do in Dublin when you've got an hour to spare? Aye, I think you know the answer to that, don't you? After you, mate.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So there we are, guys. Cheers, and thanks for getting me to 100,000 subs, by the way. This is the first video I've filmed since that milestone, so this one's for you. It's the story of my life. You go into the pub in daylight and you come out and it's dark.
Right, we've made it just about on time, the 5:33 to Rosslare Euro, platform 5. Let's go.
Here we go, this is our train. I was getting a wee bit worried when it was a few minutes late, but we are at the right platform, and this is us all the way to Rosslare. I was having a good look around for a window that wasn't scratched or really dirty. I've been semi-successful. you know what I've just realised? I've got absolutely no idea how long this train takes, but with 6 hours before the ferry leaves, I think we'll be okay. Alright folks, a wee update from the train. It was a wee bit busy out of Dublin for the first few stops maybe, but now it's quieting down a lot. But there's nothing to see out the window of course at this time, and the train inside is not very inspiring either, so if this had been a video in its own right, I reckon it would have been about 2 minutes long. The journey in total from Dublin to Rosslare is about 3 to 3.5 hours, and there are about 13 stops along the way. But I'm just wanting to get there now, I'm feeling really tired. Well, here we are at the end of the line. I always seem to get a train to the end of the line, don't I? I am absolutely broken now, and I've heard that Rosslare port is not the most beautiful place in the world. And I've still got about 3 hours before the ferry leaves, but that was the last train that would take me from Dublin straight to Rosslare this evening, so I had no choice really. I'm almost an hour 17 now, and yeah, I'm really starting to feel it.